talent. Okay. So the next thing is learn to see opportunities around you. See, when you've now started training yourself and to develop to solve problem, you not have to launch out to see opportunities around you. Learn to see, stop asking what job can I get. No, stop asking what job can I get. You've got to learn how to start um, asking what problem can I solve. What no, not what job is around. What can I do? It's what problem it's available I can solve. Look for the problems that your skill that you've developed can solve. It's easier for you to bargain when it's a problem solving skill that you're bringing on the table. And people, because there's a whole lot going on. Every environment, every place have a problem. Everybody have something they are looking for solution on. And when you develop your skills in that direction, you cannot be valueless. Yes, so you must always ask, what problem can I solve? Because until you know the problem that you're wired to solve, and until you've developed your skill to solve that problem, you can be very talented, gifted, but broke and frustrated. Okay, so you've got to look at that. Then also, number 5, start with what you have. Start with what you have. Now, saying you have to go and get everything ready. The Bible talks in the book of Proverbs about prepare without, make it fit for thyself in the field. Prepare without, make it fit for thyself in the field. It's very important that you know how to prepare without, because life is interesting. Until you know how to prepare without, most times you would be frustrated. Yes. If you want to wait till everything is perfect before you launch out, trust me, I dare you, you would be frustrated, because there are a lot of persons that don't even know what to do. They are just kind of confused. Source that will never sometimes come, and they're waiting for a particular amount of money to gather, and you know and you and I know that most time this things doesn't work like that. So you need to learn to do with what you have, and to do what you have. problem solving. So when problem solved, opportunity, income, then impact. Look at it. Gift, skill, value. Your gift should be developed into skill. When you develop your skill, it becomes a value. When that value is there, that value solves problem. And if you're not able to solve problems, you now have opportunities to do. So the more problem you're solving, the more opportunity that comes. And then if you are able to have opportunity, then to solve problems, the more you have able to solve, the more income you have. The more income you have, the more impact you make. I take that again. It's a gift. You know your natural gift has begun by know what you have to do, know what you're gifted to, know what your natural potentials are, your gifts are, and then develop it, make it skillful, be good at it. And when you develop it, it now move into value. Value is there. It's easier for you to solve problem. And if there's problem solving, there's definitely going to be opportunities for you. Joining. All right, so it's important that you understand this process. Turn your gift into value. Turn your gift. Everyone and everyone's got a gift. Everyone's got a gift. Everybody's got something. Everyone have a potential. You see, that thing is called potential. You now build on it, develop it. Nobody is going to celebrate you just because you can sing. Nobody will just celebrate because you can sing. How do you carve out the way you talk and make it exciting? That you can talk is not enough. You need to be able to look at it. Am I going to be a comic preacher, a teacher, or a motivational speaker? Everybody that have a gift with their mouth. So you have people that use their mouth, the people with their hand, the people that their gift is in their leg. Some people, their gift, I don't know if there's anybody that have gifts in their belly. But but I know there are people that so you not know if it's in your eyes, if it's in your mouth, you know the area. So the people that have gifts around their mouth, you see, either they are comedians or they are public speaker or they are preacher or they are singer. You see, the mouth have those have gifts, their hand, potentials to their hand. It can either build houses or they are good artistic, or good architects. But you see, these things work. The brain is the center of everything. But you need to be able to now know that gift and then sharpen it. That's why you now have to go to school. You go for a training. You go learn from somebody that's better than you. And then see, when that happens, you now see that you cannot talk about it. You're confident. Value. It's that value. So you develop your gift into value through skill. Then you now begin to solve problem. Make sure the value is not just there. You don't carry value and keep it at home. Make sure you solve problems. When you do that, you not realize the opportunities will just come. As soon as those opportunities hit and they're all around you, you start making money. Income start coming. With that, with the money, you're making part. Now, this is what I see a lot of people do, is that they feel like they can do something. The next thing, they gather people. And as soon as you gather those people, you have not developed enough and you've not been able to solve problem with what you know. You want to immediately start teaching. You start wanting to train people. You've not made money with it. Frustration will hit you. Because what I see today is that everybody's opening social media, TikTok, this thing to train people with that small knowledge that you have. You've not developed it. You're not advancing on it. You are not, you're not building anything. You're just because you know how to sing. Now you have opened YouTube to teach people how to sing. What will happen is that suddenly you are under pressure to keep teaching because you have not developed it enough. you should have been able to advance to a greater level where when you are teaching now, you're starting from the basis. It will take you like 20 years to exhaust what you know, because you already have so much, you're full of it. And then not just that, you are in the area of skill, you've developed it. So you're also training. While you're teaching, you're training because you understand the process of training. You now see, you become very valuable. People want to learn from you because you've made a name. People want to sit under you because you made a name. Not just because your yard, 1-2 person in your compound say, you're very good at what you do. You now jump and then you frustrate yourself and become very frustrated and frustrate everybody around. You see, so it's important that you now use that value to start solving problems. When you solve problems, to call for people to come and learn, they will pay for it. They are ready to pay any amount. You know, I don't want to mention some names of people. When they want to put one meeting like this together, you see they put gate fee and the people are paying. You know why? They've made value. They've created value. They've solved problems with their gift. So you've got to move in that direction. You got to move in that direction. It's very helpful. All right. So you could tell you may be gifted, but your gift alone will not change your life. You may be gifted, but trust me, your gift alone will not change your life. You must discover what you carry. You must discover what you carry, develop what you carry, identify problem around you. You see, sometimes you can be very gifted in a thing, but that's not the problem in your environment. Trust me, you've got to first, believe me, you. If you develop gift and develop yourself to solve the problem in your environment, you'll be more richer than a man that is focusing on his passion. And because the truth is this, solving problem is what is called value. You know, so and learn how to turn what you carry into value. That's what I'm saying. When your gift becomes a solution, your value becomes visible. Yes, when your gift becomes a solution, your value becomes visible. So we're talking about from gifted to valuable. From gifted to valuable. How to discover your wiring, develop your skill, and turn your gift into value. Okay, so I don't know if anybody want to ask a question before proceed. All right, so yes, any question? I like to take questions there here now before we proceed. Okay, any question? So I want to ask a question. So since I'm waiting for you to ask your question, if I gave you 1 million today, what would you do with it? Yes. If I give you 1 million now, what you go do with them? Okay, I have a question here. Is it possible that someone gifted can be cursed? If you don't know your place in God, there's difference between salvation and giftings. Yes, now it's frustration. You can be cursed if you are not saved. You can be cursed because what saves a man is not his gift, is salvation. There's difference between gift and salvation. So yes, a gifted man can be under curse, and because you can be gifted and you are not saved. So you're not saved. You're not saved. Okay. Okay. So at what point should the principle of freely give apply? Which one is the freely give? Let me understand the freely give you're talking about. Which of the freely give are you talking about, please? I like you to throw more light on that. All right, so I asked the question, if I gave you 1 million naira today, what would you do with it? Yes. Doris, what would you do with it? Dumadi, what would you do with it? Pretty, what would you do if I gave you 1 million naira? What are you going to do with it? Samson, yes, good evening. Welcome, everyone. Lucky, if I gave you 1 million, what would you do with it? Yes, I need an answer. I just dashed you 1 million now. Oh, help me, help me. You receive 1 million naira. What would you do with the 1 million? Very, very important question. Yes, I need answers. Raf, what would you do with 1 million? If I gift you 1 million naira, what are you going to do with it? Yes. I'm asking you now, Miracle, what would you do if I gift you 1 million naira now? What are you going to do with it? Yes. Who is answering me? I know there's some persons I'm seeing here that will buy Brazilian hair. They'll buy Brazilian hair. I know some persons that will just travel in fact they travel and to go to Lagos and enjoy. And then come back. Yeah, I know there are people that will do that. Yes, what would you do with it? Do I have anybody answering from TikTok, please? Yeah. Dr. Trudeau, good evening. What would you do with it if I gifted you 1 million naira? That's what we're asking. Okay. I'm waiting for answers. Miracle, I've asked you now, so you've not answered me. What would you do with 1 million naira? Sylvia is saying, I will establish a boss. You establish a boss? Okay, business. Sorry, yeah. I was wondering if I was seeing wrongly. Okay, so you establish a business with 1 million. What kind of business, please? Or is it a secret? Let's know. Establish a business. What kind of business would you do with 1 million then? Okay. So, like I used to say, money is useful, but money is not the greatest asset you possess. Your greatest asset is what you carry. Yeah. Okay. So, Doris is saying that I'll go for my baking upgrade. Really? And also open a cake shop. Doris, you're very serious with this cake matter. I thought you have forgotten it all. It has always been my dream to have my own shop. Really? Okay. I think I've taken note of that. Dumadi say, okay, Dumadi is asking, freely have you received, freely shall you give. I don't give as that's the freely you're giving now. The truth, okay, you want to give or freely give your gift. what we mean is that you want to freely give. You can decide to freely give the gift now. When you freely give it to, it's an impact. We're simply, you don't want to make money with people will now bless you. The truth is that when you freely give it, people will now sow seed to you. You can decide to be giving your own freely, but does not mean what we are saying is value. Okay, is value. You know, there are people that they just give they just give out what they have, and then you see they get result in other ways. Like I said, money is not useful, but money is useful rather. But money is not the greatest asset you possess. You can give freely and gain relationship. You can give freely and gain other things, but what you're giving must be what everybody is ready to want to get. What everybody is ready to, it's solving problem. So you can give and have people. Another very great asset in life is people. So if you want to give freely without taking money from people or exchanging for money, you can also have people. And then at some point in your life, people will just come and sow seed into your life. The truth is that it's impact we're talking about, is value, is visibility. You've been able to you're not stranded, you're not frustrated. So, but the truth is you would definitely have to. So we're saying it's not about money. That's what I was just trying to explain to you, Dumadi. It's not about money. It's about the value you bring. It's value you bring. Okay. So your greatest asset is what you carry. Your mind. Now that's the greatest asset. Your mind, your gift, your skills, your creativity, your relationship, your experiences, and your ability to solve problems. Your abilities to solve problems. Your abilities to solve problems. You see, that's it. That's it. Is it. So, like I'm answering you, solve problems. You can freely decide that you solve all the problems of the people in your village. The impact. That's it. Impact. Oh wow, that lady that came and gave food to her. You have decided to use another means to get money, because the truth is this: why you need the money is for continuity. You will not speak in tongue and reproduce. God himself asked that we multiply. So every time you start something, you're fruitful and you don't multiply, you can't continue on that thing. So you've got to find a way to continue. It's continuity. Because the problem is that most time people are stuck because they don't know how to multiply what they have. So if you start doing freely, and you don't know what to, you would not be able to continue. So you need to find a way where you can get to multiply and continue. He said, he blessed them, Genesis chapter 1, and he said, be fruitful. God said, be fruitful, multiply, replenish, make sure it is replaced, and subdue. So you've got to find that system and get it work. So I hope that blesses you. Okay. So like you do, yes, like you do your guests, you empower them. You've given freely to them, but you empower them. That you realize that tomorrow they become so. There's something you need to learn. There's an immediate and there's a futuristic, project. You see, the Bible said, "Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path." There are things that you get today. There are things you project for tomorrow. So you must understand what you do. Now you're gathering these guys, you're helping them, you're developing. They'll become great tomorrow, and you are impacting them. That's the most important thing. You're bringing value to their life. So what we're saying is that don't be gifted and you're not adding value. That's what we're talking about. Don't be gifted and you're not adding value. Add value. So we said that another way you can add value is to be able to find the problems around and solve. Then you're adding value. Okay. So we say money is useful, but money is not the greatest asset you possess. So your mind is something bigger than just that. All right. So we're really talking about from gifted to valuable. That's what we're talking about tonight. Don't just be gifted, be valuable, be somebody of value. that so you want to give the things you want to give, there must be a way it supplies to you. Be valuable, add value. That's what life is. All right. So Samuel Dakara said, I would get equipment for my business, brand with Sammy. I hear you. Pretty say will invest it. Invest it. I know where you invest it. In your hair business, I know. You just love hair. Please, instead, I will use the funds to rent a workspace and purchase a sewing. Really? Sewing machine for cotton production. I didn't know that, which is the niche I have chosen to start my interior decoration business. Oh, now I know. Now I know. Sylvia say you will open material bay business. Very old. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so what does it mean to be gifted? Very important. We've said before, I'm trying to take this thing again. What does it mean to be gifted? So let's get that. Somebody help us. What does it mean to be gifted? What does it mean to be gifted? We say someone is gifted. What does it mean to be gifted? Let me be sure you're here. Let me show you've been following. Let me show you know what we're talking about. What does it mean to be gifted? Yes? Anybody helping us tonight? Let's roll. What does it mean to be gifted? When you say somebody is gifted, what does it mean? What does it mean? Okay? All right, I'm waiting for you. So while I'm waiting, I need to get your response. Let's proceed. A gift is an ability, capacity, talent, strength, or grace. I take it again. A gift is a capacity, is an ability, is a talent, a strength, or grace that comes naturally or has been entrusted to you. Is that thing that comes naturally or has been entrusted to you. For example, singing, talking, writing, speaking, leadership. There are people that have it natural. It's very natural. Leadership, creativity. We'll talk about teaching, selling. There are people that if they have to sell for you, they sell for Africa. Selling, designing, like delight, design. Design, you can design something. The graphic design, they are good at that. They just have this way. Organizing, the people that organize like Rose, they can just organize and make sure if something is on the table for any event. Can organize soup, organize that kind of thing. They can organize events. Or then there are people that are good at connecting people. It's a natural thing. They don't learn it. That's a gift. So you have people that have gift in technology, or people that have gift in making things. They can make anything. They make anything. Like matches, you can just make anything. Solving problems. The people are very good at solving problems. It's a natural gift. And there are people that have entertaining gifts. And people that have counseling gifts. It's not something they learned. It's just natural. Then there are people that also have seen that are not, they didn't learn in school. They have building, they can build something. Labor can just build. I don't know where I learned it from. You can just build anything. You build shop, build chemist, can build anything. Just give him any construction thing to build. He will just know how to build it. But here's the problem. Being gifted does not automatically make you successful. And that's the problem. That you can sing does not automatically make you successful. That you can build something does not make you automatically. So that's where we have a problem. People just feel like because they are good at something, they are gifted in a thing, they have strength in a thing, they have grace in a thing, they have ability in something, they have capacity in something, that they are going to be successful. That's where the problem is. And that's what we're talking about. There are people who are extremely gifted, but they are broke, confused, they are inconsistent, they are unemployed, they are frustrated, they are underdeveloped. So they are unnoticed, they are stuck. Why? Because gift is potential. Because gift itself is what? Is potential, not finished product. Gift is not a finished product. So just gifted is not success. All right. So what you carry may be a gift, but what you do with what you carry determines its value. I take that again. What you carry, I think you need to tag that. You need to clock that. What you carry may be a gift, but what you do with what you carry determines its value. Very important. What you carry may be a gift, but what you do. So they that do, they are God shall be. But so and do exploit. So to get exploit, you must do a doing. You can do a knowing and be strong, but to get exploit, you do a doing. So you see, what you carry may be gifted, like I said, but what you do with what you carry. So it is the doing. Is the doing. A lot of people are at the knowing. A lot of persons are at the knowing. At the knowing. They know so much. In fact, when they come here, like somebody, one guy yesterday was talking about how there are certain people that are very successful in the field in River State. And then he was mentioning the names of people that are successful. And then he didn't mention his own name. You know, when you see people that they want to speak people down, but they are not. I was expecting, like, as he's writing that thing, people that have succeeded in River State and mentioned the name. I was expecting him to see his own, because he also is a music minister. I was expecting to see his own name there. Your name is not there, but you're trying to criticize those that are doing better than you. Foolishness in the highest order. So you must learn to do something. Stop. And those that don't do, they say they are so knowledgeable about those that have succeeded, but they are not succeeding. They have fact, and when this person succeeded, they are just on the road calculating, but they are not moving. And then the person you're talking against have made more steps than you. The truth is that you will never go far. That's if you know too much and do less. All right. So and that's very important. It's good that you understand that. So yes, Tudor said to be gifted is having advanced abilities. Thank you. Someone who use the ability to do a thing perfectly without learning it from anyone or anywhere. Wow. Okay, that's Doris. He says someone who uses the ability to do a thing perfectly well without learning it from anyone or anywhere. Oh, really? Okay. Monica, God bless you. Good to see you. To be gifted, Dumadi said, means to have ability to solve specific problems effortlessly or gracefully. Okay. Today, saying having advanced abilities, evidence of high achievement capacities in specific areas. Powerful. 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 These are powerful. Okay? A piece is saying to be gifted is to be endowed in a particular thing or area that manifests excellently whenever the gift is exhibited. Thank you very much. That's indeed very powerful. All right, so we have said that it's beautiful to be gifted, but we've seen people that are gifted and are stuck, confused, and the reason is because it doesn't, and that's where we're trying to dive into, because gift is a potential, not a finished product. So we said what you carry as a gift may be a gift. What you carry may be a gift, but what you do with what you carry determines. So we're talking about moving from just being gifted to be valuable. Okay, so why do gifted people remain stuck? Why do gifted people remain stuck? It's important that we get this right. Why do gifted people remain stuck? Gifted people remain stuck. This, I think this is where we're going to hit this thing matter. Why do we? I think I'd like to leave it as a question. Why do gifted people remain stuck? It's very important we answer that now. In your own view, why do gifted people remain stuck? Yes, answers, please. Why do you think they get stuck? Why are people gifted but broke, gifted but confused? Yes. Okay. Someone said to be gifted is to do the thing, is to do things in a unique way that blesses you and others. Okay. To be gifted, someone who does it effortless, someone said, and regardless of how hard it is. Okay. So now with all these answers, my question, so why is someone gifted and still look frustrated, confused, and broke and stuck? Why? I don't want you to say the witches from their village. Let's just, I know because the next thing somebody will tell me now is their juju. So, but let's talk. Why do you think? Okay, so the legend saying because they don't know how to turn their gift into value. That's true. Value is what people pay for. I agree with you. They don't know how to turn that gift, that thing they know how to do very well, effortlessly, into value. Powerful answer. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody have another view, another answer to that? Why do people, gifted people, remain stuck? Why do you think some very talented people never become successful? Why do you think so? There's some very talented, you've seen them, they are very good at what they do, very, very good, and they are never successful. Yes, we're still on that. Yes, peace, that's the key. That's the key. Hey, Chiboze, the Lord bless you. Oh, you're in Yanagua. God bless you. Good to have you here. All right. So why do we have that? I'm really, really interested in how that works. Okay. I'm really, really interested in why do we have that people that are gifted. So we've gotten some reply. Do we have more persons? Let's hear your own thought. Let's hear your thought on this. Okay. So what I'm waiting for, okay, Monica said because they are creative in their gifting. They are not creative in their gifting, okay? Okay, because they are not creative in their giftings. Okay. Okay. I get. Some say because they lack the ability to be skillful with the gift. So because gift isn't just enough. Friede says lack of consistency. So you see everybody saying something, and I'm sure as we're learning, let's all learn lack of consistency. Happy part is saying that comfort. Gifted people often achieve results with less effort early in life, okay? When they finally encounter situations that require perseverance, they may feel discouraged and stop. Wow, that's very deep. So there's like they just feel comfortable too early, feel like they've achieved too early. They make 2,000 naira. I haven't been around 1,000 for many years. They feel it's an achievement, and when anything hits that thing they are doing, hit them badly, they just go back. I beg. I don't need stress for my life. They are always too comfortable. I think that's a very strong point. Dumadi said so many factors can contribute to a gifted person being stuck, such as pride. That's it. Pride. Yes, I've seen that happen. A lot of very gifted people can be so proud. And you hear them say, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Pride, ignorance, procrastination. That's a very powerful one there. A very powerful one there. There are no urgency to anything. Procrastination, bad habits, eating all they have made within one time, one moment. They don't know how to reinvest. Inconsistency, lack of direction, and mentorship. They don't have a mentor. Nobody's guiding, nobody's helping them. They are just the god of themselves. Powerful, Dumadi there. Powerful one there. And peace. Peace is saying that, okay, the gifted people are stuck when they don't put the gift to action or not using the gift properly. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, when they don't put it to action. I agree. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. So Labor is saying that character is a major determining factor in every success. I say most gifted people lack the needed character required for growth and success. Wow. Tonight is more educative. Character. We've heard comfort. We've heard inconsistency. We've heard these are things that can make someone. So you see that you're gifted is a raw potential. You already have it. You need to turn it on. You need to turn that gift on. And I think sometimes the reason why some people are, I think also that some people, they don't know what they carry. They know they can sing, but they don't know what they carry. Some people are gifted, but have never taken time to discover themselves. Because see, there's difference between yourself and your gift. Yeah, most times people don't know, they've not taken time to know themselves. You can't take your personality away. You need to discover yourself. And then another thing I feel also that makes people, adding to what we've said, okay, is when they compare themselves with others. You know, you are good at, you're doing singing, the next thing now, you say people that are running race are making it. You just jump from there, you start going to run race. You leave what you are good at to what you are not good at, just to start rehearsing, and then you are in the environment that is not your potential. You don't have any business being there. But you just said that they make a more. And then because I said this night I should solve problem, you now go and solve time. You see, you go and solve time. You now go to your village and burn shrine. That's not what I said, though. You are solving problem. Better come, let me pray for you first before you go. So some people will compare themselves with others. They spend so much time looking at someone else's journey that they neglect their own. You open your on social media from morning till night. You're checking out somebody. In fact, somebody had succeeded, then brought, and they will not put the movie in series. And then you spend your whole day, you're watching that thing. That person converted gift to value. Can't you also bring one that people will spend time to watch? If I watch you, you must watch me. That's my own. Oh. As I'm watching you, I asked some folks in a meeting, I said, all of us how many of us are the owners of this clothes we designed? We have our designers. We're so looking so nice, but every cloth that we're putting on have somebody's label on it. And they didn't drop from heaven. It's all these clothes we're putting on, someone designed it. If you can't design a cloth, you should be able to have water somebody's drinking. Produce something in this life. Convert your gift into a product. Make it something valuable. And stop comparing yourself and competing with others. Somebody is moving. You are there. You are there. The person is moving. Like that person, that idiot yesterday. Me, I'm moving. Oh. I'm moving. He's there busy comparing who have succeeded. As if this journey was a competition. So just make sure you're moving. It doesn't matter who has gone ahead of you. Make sure you're not comparing yourself with another. Next thing I also, okay, so Ralph is saying, why are gifted people lazy and self-dependent on their gifts? It's a gifted people are lazy and self-dependent on their gift. Okay, Fury said that wrong relationships, wrong relationship, negative influences, or lack of mentors can hinder growth. Very powerful. I'd agree with you. And Pretty said that because they are what? I'm trying to get that clear. Okay. Because they are chasing too many things at a time. I agree with you powerfully. Only you are doing too many things, no focus, no concentration. Your body is not filled with light because you're chasing too many things at a time. Only you are looking for boyfriend. Only you are looking for money. And if you're chasing too many because you feel like you're gifted enough and you're gifted, so you can do too many things, and then you lack concentration. These are very powerful points, and I agree with you, Pretty. And so, and because of all of this, they refuse to develop. They think I'm naturally good at it, and because they think they are naturally good at it, the natural abilities is not enough. And then before you know, there's a whole lot going on. So another thing I also know is the lack of discipline. If you see when you talk about in life what you study in school, they'll ask you what discipline, because whatever you're good at, you've got to be disciplined to improve. Talent can open a door, but discipline keeps you in the room. And we're talking about discipline, we're talking about character. Talent can open the door for you, gifts can open the door, but it takes character to keep the door open, to keep you in the room. So it's very important to have discipline, to have character. Okay, again, number 5, they are waiting for somebody to discover them. And this is very true. They want a sponsor. The reason most people they are looking for sponsor, so nobody's sponsoring me, nobody's helping me. You see, they start complaining up and down, insult their lead, insult their elders. They forget that the person you are asking to help you did not really have help. They struggled from the scratch. Now, sometimes when I see a lot of people say, you're standing, you're not helping me, you're standing. I say, my dear, the truth is that I can't help everybody. But as much as I can, I will. But don't sit down there and like the man by the side of the pool, for I have no man. You're waiting for somebody to discover you. They want a sponsor, they want an employer, they want a pastor to pray, they want celebrity or organization to recognize them, they want a talent hunt they will just open their mouth without their gifts, and then if they fail, they cry. That process is very slim, because out of 2,000 persons that came to register for that talent hunt, only one will win. And sometimes it may not be you. I've seen a whole lot of things going on, and a lot of this talk here, there. So you must not wait for somebody. Make effort. Sometimes the reason why they are frustrated and broke is they don't know how to create value from their gift. Someone can sing beautifully, but have no understanding of the music business. Oh, let something do ignorant. For many years, you just be doing, and you see, you carry song, you say you don't go produce song, you're in the studio, you say, shout, come out. Before you produce, keep money for promotion. Because promotion is the main thing, it's not production. So you must know the music business as a music person. If you're into music, you must know the music business, because except and if you just want to do that song for your yard member and your village people. Even your village people say all of them will not be interested. So there have to be a way you must know the music business. Someone can design but doesn't know how to find client. You now say that nothing is working. How can you be a designer, a graphic designer, but you don't know how to develop? You have the 10 clients you had, within 1 month, they have reduced to 2. Because you don't know how to keep them. You don't know how to send text message. You don't know how to send them recharge card. You don't know that you need to build client base. You need a system to keep your client coming back to you. You can design, no doubt, but you must, how to keep your client is the side of the business you must develop. So you must know I've seen someone that can preach but doesn't know how to communicate effectively. You can preach, I say can preach, but you forget that this thing is to keep people sitting down with you for 1 hour, 30 minutes. It's not just that you can preach. There must be something else you must learn. It's a skill you must have developed. So you see, you must know how to create value from that gift. Most of the reason most times people don't is they don't solve problems. They just enjoy. You're just enjoying what you're doing. Yes, I don't have a problem with that. But you must solve. In enjoying it, it must be solving somebody's problem, because the only reason people are coming to you is not because you're enjoying. Is that their problem is fixed while you're doing what you're doing. Yes. They find God. If it's a ministry thing, whenever you're ministering, they feel the power of God. There have to be something they are benefiting for having you on that stage or do what you do. If you don't just sew clothes because you love to sew clothes. Sew what people are in need of. And it means that you have to develop skill. Even if you're good at sewing, there have to be something that is trending that the people would really want, or you come up with something that's creative that they really want. There are people that are on the, different styles that are going to be very helpful. So you must learn to solve problem. Okay? So ask yourself, what can I do? What can I solve? What can I do? You stop asking and say, what can I get? Rather ask, what can I solve? Don't be asking, say, what can I get? How much will I get? Say, what can I solve? Problems I can solve. Okay? So know what you are wired to do. Know what you're wired to do is very important. All right? Know what you're wired to do. Okay? Please said a gifted person can be stuck when the gift is present, but the growth, discipline, faith, and character needed to carry it. That need to carry it are still developing. Thank you. Yes. Hi. They say we should not call you people barrister again. Is it SQ Esquire? Esquire. Or say, so my wife is here. Say discipline keeps you in the room. That's the truth. Thank you, my girl. See, all the while I've been teaching here, only happy part have said that I'm teaching good. Thank you. I'll buy you sweet tomorrow. Okay, Miracle 2, I've said I'm teaching good. I'll buy you sweet. Thank you. All right. So know what you are wired to do. This is one of the strongest part of what I want to say. Know what you're wired to do. Before you ask, how can I make money? Ask, what am I wired to do? What am I wired to do? Okay, so our first question you should ask is, what comes naturally to me? What do people find difficult that you seem to do easily? When people come to you, what do some of us, you can't cancel people, just tell them what to do. But that's all, and people are so excited when you sit with them cancel. Some people are excited when you're singing. What comes naturally? That is very number 2. What do people consistently ask me to help them with? That is very important. I say number 1, what comes naturally to me? The kind of thing that come. There are some people that the only marriage problem comes naturally to you. So when they see you, they know you can solve marriage problem. They need to also know what people consistently ask me to help them with. Your repeated usefulness can reveal your gift. Your repeated usefulness can reveal your gift. Number 3, I'm trying to run, so I'm fast. And question number 3 is, what am I passionate about? You need to ask that. What am I passionate about? Which is not bad. But you need to mix all of these things together. I said before that don't just say passion. So you need to mix all of these together. What can you talk about, learn about, work on for us? I can talk like this for us, you see, and talk for life. So it's a natural thing. So what problems bother me? So you also look at the question number 4. I said question number 1, what comes naturally to me? Question number 2, what do people consistently ask me to help them with? These are questions that can give you clue to knowing what you are wired to do. I said number 3, what am I passionate about? And number 4, what problems bother me? Sometimes your burden reveals your assignment. Your burden reveals your assignment. The things that bothers you most. Every time ladies are maltreated, it bothers you. That could be a sign to what you should stay around. So number 5, what have I survived or experienced? Sometimes if you've gone through a particular part of life, it can show the proof of what you are to fix. If you have entered one chance, I don't know if you understand. If you have been insulted, if you had heartbreak, if you've been raped, those kind of problem you have survived, or you were in that kind of abusive relationship and you got out by the help of God, it can be a trace. Your experience may become wisdom that helps somebody else. You cannot convert that experience you have now and build and write a book that will sell. And you're talking from practical and things that you experience. And you see, people want to know how you survive the things you went through. So if you ask number 6, what do I enjoy creating? What do I enjoy creating? Can also become a clue to your wiring, the answer to your wiring. Do you enjoy writing? Do you enjoy building, designing, teaching, organizing, performing on stage? Although what you enjoy selling, the people that do anything said, they can sell even human being. They just love selling. Do you enjoy communicating? They can be a proof. So you not pay attention. Number 7 question is, what do I keep imagining? What do I keep imagining? Some recurring ideas may point towards something you are supposed to build. You just have the ideas coming like that, it could be a pointer, okay? It could be a pointer. So, yes, I think I am. So I need to give you time to digest all I've said, and look at yourself again and say, ask, what are you really, really good at? So say, I think I am naturally good at blah, 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 blah. You should be able to write that down. Then people usually come to me when this, that. You should be able to get that. One problem I love to solve is, I want you to be able to fix that for you. Okay? Okay, so lastly, tonight, from gift to skill. All right, so gift to skill. A gift is your potential, we said. A skill is what happens when you train your potential. I'm summarizing now. Gift is your potential, and skill is what happens when you train your potential. For instance, you may have a gift. You may have a gift for communication, but you need skill in public speaking. You understand? Because you can communicate does not mean you get it right. You may have a gift in communication, but you need skill in public speaking. It's writing also. You communicate writing, storytelling, presentation, negotiation, digital communication. These are other areas of skills under communication. So you must say, I can communicate. No, you can communicate through writing, storytelling, presentation, broadcaster. You must be able to find a skill that enhances communication as a gift. You know, these are the ways to now convert it into values. You may have gift for music, but you need vocal development, songwriting, music production knowledge, branding, marketing, performance, business knowledge. You just that you can do music. There are so much. There's too many business around music that only all you're just doing just want to be an artist on stage. That's poor mindset. There's branding to brand. There's promotion how to do to become a promotion person. Business, music business. You position yourself in that field and learn everything about that. Those that are singing will need you to move their song, and you're making money, and you're succeeding, and you're bringing value. Because the truth is that a man is in the studio all the time. He doesn't have the time to know how to promote his song. So there's so much. There's another guy in the studio. What he has decided to do is to do music, produce music for those that sing. So you don't just stay there. You can't say, I go die singing today. You may not succeed. You're not known. There are. I don't know if you know Mastercraft. He did my song for me many years ago, and then his name is heard, but he was literally not a singer as of then. He was just a producer. We have a lot of them. We have Dr. Roy is nice singing, but he was literally a producer. So you stand out like that. So it's important. Don't just pray for God to use your gift. Prepare your gift for God to use. God, use my gift. God, don't just pray for God to use your gift. Prepare your gift so that when God finally uses it, God will not regret that he used it. Sharpen the gift for the Lord to use it. It's very important. Very important. Proverbs 22 verse 29 says, seest thou a man diligent in his business? He says, he shall stand before kings and not before men. So, gifts gives you potential. Training gives you competence. Discipline gives you consistency. Excellence gives you distinction. I take that again. Gift gives you potential. Training gives you competence. Discipline gives you consistency. Excellence gives you distinction. Very powerful. Very powerful. I think I'd like to stop here tonight. I still have a lot to say, but I need to stop here so we don't get, because like I told you, I'm gifted with this thing, so I need to know value of how to stop somewhere so that you listen to me tomorrow. You see, I'm learning how to put value around it. So I still have up to 10 and 5 points, but let me leave it so that I can have value. All right, so any questions tonight? Let's take a question and then we'll be done for tonight. Do you have any question for me or for anyone in the house? So we are family. Let's ask, okay? Any question? Any question? Any question? Yes, so let's take a question. Yeah, Miracle, which one is sweet in Texas now? Do we have Texas sweet? No. Yeah. Thank you. Any questions, please? I like to take questions now, and then we'll call it a day. Any question, please? Do I have any question from our friends on TikTok? I'm sure by the next meeting I should be able to get your feedback too. All right. All right. Any question? There's something inside of you the world needs. There's something inside of you the world needs. Okay? So sharpen it. Potential is that never developed because becomes frustration. Potential that is never developed is what causes frustration. A gift that is never disciplined remains potential. A skill that is never used creates no value. I'm waiting for your questions, though. Don't spend your life waiting for somebody to discover you. Discover yourself. Develop yourself. Position yourself. Solve problems. Create value. You don't have to start with everything. Start with something. We've said all of that earlier. All right, if I don't have a question tonight, I will believe that I don't teach well. I don't know if I'm the one not getting a question from my end or it's network. Do we have any question? Do you have any question? All right, I'm sure okay, Sylvius is asking, how can one handle inconsistency? Is to be consistent. How can you handle inconsistency? It's just to be consistent. It's just like how can someone pray? Is to pray. Yeah. How can someone study the Word of God? Is to study it. Now begin to be consistent. Tell yourself, I am not consistent. And decide to be consistent. That's it. That's it. It doesn't. You see, you have to be deliberate about it. Have to be deliberate about it. And then gradually practice it. And you realize you're there. All right. Since there's no other question tonight, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone that joined us on TikTok, on Facebook. Thank you, all of the ones, all our TikTok friends, for the gifts. I'm really, really grateful for joining. And everyone that joined us tonight on YouTube, the Lord bless you. The Lord bless you. Okay, somebody's trying to ask here. I want to ask, at what point can skill or gift be monetized? Is when it has become valuable. It's when it has become valuable, when you've been able to create value and around it, and then it can, and it's solving problem. So we talked about that. We talked about the sequence of that, when it moves from gift to skill to value to problem solving, and then it will now bring income that will bring impact. So that is it. That's exactly at the time it starts doing that. You are making sense. Okay. So at the point that the skill, so the skills now, when you develop the skill. So the gift is raw. When you now develop it, it now gives you value. That value now must be channeled into solving a problem. When it now begins to solve problem, it will bring back something called exchange, which is money. It's when you solve problem, you're monetizing it. But the problem cannot come if it has not created value for problem. And then at that point, that's when you start monetizing it. Yeah, when you start monetizing, when that problem now have seen that value, have seen the problem it could solve, and the environment of opportunities, then it's now the more problem you solve, the more money you make. Yes. All right. Once again, thank you everyone for tonight. Thank you, and the production team. Thank you everyone behind the making this work tonight. The entire team media. I appreciate you. Thank you for those of you that joined tonight. I do really appreciate it. Please share. Let someone know. Keep. And for those of you that have not listened to All in All, you've got to stream. You've got to do that. If you've not subscribed, you shouldn't waste your time. And then let someone know about what we shared tonight. And next week, we'll be back again for another exciting moment and teaching. Trust me, it's something very powerful we're going to be talking about on Monday.